Word tonight from an internal audit claims that the failures in the University of Kentucky cheerleading program led to abuse of authority and inappropriate behavior. That audit was launched in May when head coach Jomo Thompson and 3 other coaches were fired over allegations that off-campus trips included hazing, alcohol, and public nudity. The audit also raises questions about finances as well. Mike Valenti digs deeper in this. LEX 18 investigates.
The UK Office of Internal Audit revealing more about how the UK cheerleading program has operated off the field, describing it as having a weak internal structure. That structure had already been under scrutiny. In May, the university announced the findings of a 3-month investigation that revealed inappropriate conduct on cheerleading trips and retreats.
During a cheerleading camp in Tennessee, some cheerleaders were directed by other members of the squad to perform lewd chants and wear outfits that did not include underwear. Several squad members became so intoxicated they required medical treatment.
But the audit, which was published late last month and obtained by LEX 18 News Wednesday, began after allegations of improper conduct, quote, manifested more questions regarding the program's fiscal affairs. At the time, we were told the investigation uncovered potential conflicts of interest for 2 members of the coaching staff. The audit, which covered fiscal affairs from 2017 to 2020, alleges one of those is former head coach Jomo Thompson. The office did not speak to Thompson for this audit because he had already been dismissed by the university. But the audit found he had used a gym he owned and another financial venture, quote, to conduct unofficial UK cheerleading activities or further his personal financial interests. The audit claims that Thompson held UK cheerleading practices at his gym, Central Elite Kentucky, and referred students and potential UK cheerleaders to receive training there. After combing through the audit, we reached out to UK spokesperson Jay Blanton with questions.
It didn't necessarily mean that there was always a conflict of interest, but it certainly presented the perception of a conflict of interest and the real potential for a conflict of interest, and that needed to be dealt with.
The audit also found that after Thompson allegedly acquired 50,000 shares of restricted stock in a company that created a cheerleading phone application, the CEO of that company asked Thompson and cheerleaders to create training content to be monetized, among other requests. The office could not find evidence of university permission to use UK cheerleaders to promote the app. There's also a section in the audit called Process Vulnerabilities, which reveals that over the course of 2 years, 5 assistant coaches did not receive campus security authorities training, which is required for supervisors who work with minors.
This is an important program, but it needs to be run the right way for the right reasons all the time.
But Blanton says the championship caliber team on the field suffered from a lack of accountability and checks and balances off of it.
It wasn't really a student organization, but it kind of was. It wasn't really an athletics enterprise, although it was affiliated in athletics in some way. So it had almost just sort of grown up with its own rules, its own culture, its own structure.
That weak internal structure, according to the audit, quote, provided an avenue for business practices that did not follow UK protocols, and that the program was insulated from proper governance.
I'm sure at Channel 18, there's a CFO to make sure that the right people are signing the check, the money goes out the right way, the bills are paid the right way. There wasn't that kind of structure, strong support structure in place to ensure that.
But now that UK cheerleading has been moved under the purview of UK athletics, Blanton is confident that sense of accountability and checks and balances will be restored to the program. Relationships with that cheerleading app and Central Elite Kentucky have been severed. In Lexington, Mike Valenti, LEX 18 News.
LEX 18 has reached out to Jomo Thompson, but we have not yet heard back. The UK cheerleading team has won more than 20 national championships.